You break bread and that's it.
Oh,
man.
So teacher cuts 5-year-old hair without permission and then goes on a fucking run.
They knew. They ain't running from the law. They ain't running from the law. Believe that. They ain't running from the law.
Let me say this, man. This shit keeps happening. This is something that happened before. Cut another little girl's hair. And the problem I have with this is the story never seems to end with the parent whooping the teacher ass.
Oh, it's not. You can't. Yeah, in this
bullshit. I'm taking the time because you know what? That's assault, man. and you know what? This shit keep happening to our kids because you know you want to go through. These people don't give a fuck about due process because it favors them, and we seeing too often, too many times where these teachers are doing what they want to do with these kids. Case in point. Poor Man's Podcast. Brother had to go check a fucking teacher because this bitch decided that she want to put his 2-year-old grandson in a fucking dress.
Yeah.
And when he was trying to say something to her, like, well, because you're not on the list, I need you to go talk to this person. He's like, fuck that. I'm talking to you. You don't do that shit. You don't go against my wishes or what I want to do with my child and put him in no fucking dress. She's like, don't talk to me like that in front of my kids. He's like, yo, kids, you know. So you seeing these teachers, man, you know, they really out of pocket, and they get real out of pocket with our kids. See, if they did that with you know, that other part of society, they know it'd be hell to pay, but they do it with ours.
They do it because they think we don't nobody's gonna show up for them,
right?
You know, and that be the issue, you know, because a lot of folks, you know, you go to a PTA meeting, you don't see the likes of us, you know, beating down the door to get in, you know, to the front row and you know, take care of that. But
now what I did see, well, you're right. Matter of fact, let me back up. You absolutely right, Mr. Kobler. You would not believe, you know, and it ain't nothing where I'm thinking I'm special, but you wouldn't believe. You know, I was always up at the junior highs and I was always up at the high schools. And, you know, they like, man, we wish we can get parents in here like this.
See, that part.
We wish we can get parents. These parents don't want to come. And if they say they're going to come, they don't show up. And so what I was going to say was I seen one story where motherfucker cut they kids' hair. Homie went up there with some clippers and cut the teacher's hair.
Nice.
Cut the teacher's head.
Eye for an eye, man.
Eye for an eye, man. Like I ain't gonna hit you. I'm just gonna cut.
But sit down. But sit down a little bit. Let me take a couple inches off the top.
Yeah, let me fade that side a little bit, bitch.
Let me hit you a little bit. Let me let you feel this metal.
Right. You know, so but it's again, man. We seeing stories. This is just one thing, but we seeing kids come home. Teachers then gave them the black kid the monkey award.
Yeah,
you know they doing slave play in the class. In the state of
Mississippi,
yeah, that Mississippi tank.
Yeah,
Mississippi.
But it's you seeing it everywhere. You seeing it everywhere.
It don't matter. It's school. Like they cut that kid that wrestler's hair. You know, somebody he can't compete because his hair is in the way or whatever. But he made it all the way to.
Can I tell y'all a disturbing story?
Proceed.
A few years ago, I took my eldest son to the doctor. He was complaining about some things, some issues, and his mom wasn't taking him. So I took him to the doctor in my hometown, our hometown.
Okay.
Walk into the office. Now, this is an office that I have been seen in many times years prior. I had a rapport with them, right? Thought everything was cool. We get inside the what do you call it? The
motherfuckers.
The room where they do the
examination room.
The examination room. Thank you. The nurse comes in and asks me to step out so that she can talk to my son.
Yeah.
I said, excuse me? I said, he's a minor. I said, the police can't even talk to him without me or his mother. She said, oh, well, this new law says that we have to ask you to step out so that we can ask him some personal questions. I said, what does an 11-year-old have that's personal? She said, oh, this is what the law says. I read that law, man. I said, listen, man.
Time to move.
If people, no, it's time to move on the goddamn place where they convene.
Got you.
What the fuck is wrong with people? And my mom has always made the statement. Listen, I'm not gonna go on a tangent. Don't worry. She's always said, while men slept. And I used to like ignore her because I'm like, Mom, there you go with that biblical, haiku form poetry phraseology. But as I have gotten more mature, I realized what she's saying. While you slept overnight, while C-SPAN was on, and you weren't paying no attention, they voted on something that's going to affect your everyday life. Mm-hmm. And so this is why I brought this up, and I'm going to cap it off. I have to have a differing opinion on the haircutting. If people don't make themselves aware of their history, they are doomed to repeat the same. This happened with the Rappahannock, with the Narragansett, with the Pokanoket. They literally killed off all the Pokanoket adults, took the children, put them in free Indian schools, cut their hair, mutilated their tribal markings, refused to allow them to speak their own native language, and couldn't even speak the name of their own goddamn tribe.
They did it to
the whole generation.
They did it to the Aboriginals too.
Listen, they are Aboriginals. We're all Aboriginal. If
I'm
you
speaking
ain't
Australia, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah, I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. You're right. They did the same thing everywhere. They used the game plan from here first.
Yeah.
And then they applied that game plan, as you know, worldwide.
Colonialism.
Correct.
Yeah, we'll continue.
So we're looking at colonialism, and here's the problem. When you allow your oppressor to educate your child, you are a goddamn fool. And I'm going to say it like this. They have every right to do it because you have signed paperwork that you didn't read to enroll them.
Well,
there it is.
They ain't got every right.
That's 100%.
Yes,
that's 100%.
During those 8 hours, they are not your property.
Listen.
I'm trying to tell you.
No, I hear what you're saying, but I'm saying they ain't got every right to fuck. You fuck with my. Listen, they know I be up at that school just like this. With these basketball shorts on, don't match and these Goonie shirts. I'm ready to squab with them.
Old Painless up there with jogging pants and no drawers on.
You fucking right.
Who want to wrestle with me?
Let me say this.
This is how you're right, and I'm with you. But this is what you got to let them know from the gate. I'm trusting you with them to a certain point. If my baby comes home and tells me XYZ, now you've put them on what they call notice. Shouldn't have to, but you do.
Yeah, but you have to be present. You have to let them know that somebody's representing that child.
That's
day in,
absolutely
day out. Because you got kids who go through high school and all these other schools through one system and never met and the parents never met their damn teachers.
Let me tell you something.
Not one time.
Let me tell you something.
You're right.
I'll be up in my daughter's school sweating for no reason. In 70-degree weather, just sweating, staring at the fucking teacher like, if she's staying over school, I'm staying over school. Ain't nothing you need to talk to her about that. See, look, this is my thing.
Yep. Right.
What you saying about them? What you saying about those laws are right? Two quick things. My youngin had an appointment. The bitch gonna tell us. Well, he's 16, so I need his permission. My wife said, he live in under my fucking roof. I'm giving you the permission for him to blah, 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 blah. Let's take it back to the beginning of the school year. We sitting in the auditorium. It's me and my kid, these parents and their kids. The principal giving this fucking speech. And he's saying shit like, yeah, we want to make sure that the kids are safe because we know the kids can't be productive if they're not in a safe environment. This doesn't just mean inside the school. It means outside the school as well. If you're being bullied or something like that, hey, if something is going on at the house, you can come tell us. We're mandated reporters. Nigga, what gives you the balls to tell my kid to snitch on what the fuck goes on in my crib?
Easy.
You know what I'm saying? And
Easy.
see, Even the teachers are agreeing that this shit is failing. They shouldn't have these computers. What's this? Marcus Mansa Morgan.
My dude, what's going on, Mark?
What's happening?
What's cracking? Shout out to Mansa Musa. What it is, homie. Shout out from 3 p.m. Dizzle. Featuring the man in the myth who explains the man in the myths. We got a croaker sack giveaway. No, I'm just kidding. So,
in a fish sandwich dinner.
In a fish sandwich. With some soggy bread.
White bread. Soggy white bread. On
Soggy
the
white bread.
The malt liquor of your choice. The malt liquor of your choice.
Right.
Yeah.
So look, man, it's just, you know, these people do feel like they can be in your house. And like I was saying, these teachers, they like, these kids ain't learning. They got these computers, they doing everything else. They don't know how to study the work. They just going straight and getting the answer, and they doing everything else. We can't discipline them. I told the one motherfucker, I said, what you telling me for? I didn't talk to him at nauseam. What you want me to do? They shut the fuck up right there. Well, his homework, I said, what you want me to do? We tell him to read it. We always tell him. He don't want, he say he don't do it.
But see, here's the thing. Those same people
He's
will knock on your door and say he's truant and put your ass in jail.
right.
Yeah.
It's a game. Man, look, that's what I'm saying. I understand what the panel feel because I watched the show. You should be able to whoop the failure out of a kid's ass. All kids ain't the same. Some of them you can negotiate with and talk with, like the Cuddy. The Cuddy got 2 beautiful children, man. My little cousins are 2 beautiful kids. The youngest is so fucking intelligent and so ahead of her. You can talk to her. Some of these other motherfuckers, though, you should be able to put on some tap dancing shoes with the metal bottoms and just crescent kick the fuck out of them. That's what you need to be able to do. Because I'm telling you, all the people that say I didn't like getting my ass whooped that I hear from, all doing well in life. And then all these other motherfuckers, it's a lack of discipline and proper parenting in the home. I'm just saying, man. These
like
people
said, it's some because, like you said, because you got them kids who end up liking getting their ass beat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was like that's the only way I get some attention. You know, by acting up. You know, I get one-on-one time with mom. I get one-on-one time with dad.
I'm glad you said that.
When he putting his hands on them. You know what I mean? It's a 50-50 ball.
And they grow up to be adults who can't get off unless you put their hands on them.
But listen. Check this out, though. I'm not saying y'all wrong. What I'm saying is this. The ass whooping is not the first resort.
Right.
That's the last resort of last resort. I'm going to talk to you, and I'm going to talk to you, and I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to even beg you. I'm going to let other people talk with you. I'm going to put you on the trophy system. But when I see that shit don't work, I'm going to crack off in that ass. The problem with a lot of these youngsters is they don't have a fucking fear factor. So they don't understand coming up in this society, when you make the wrong move, especially depending on what your cue is, the punishment is going to be different.
We grew up with stress.
Yeah.
We were worried about that ass whooping. I remember my mom told me she didn't yell, and I think that's probably what was a little extra off-putting. She's like, look here, I'm getting all these progress reports about you, you know, and your grades. If you flunk, and for those who don't know what flunking is, that means being held back.
Held back.
I'm gonna beat you every day of the summer until you go back to school.
God damn.
That was the end of that.
That was the end of that.
That was just not the whooping, because I knew, moms was always nice with her hands.
Yeah.
But just her tone.
Moms had paws.
Yeah, it was just her tone, and she said it and was just like went on about her business, and that stuck with me. Like, I gotta tighten up.
Let me tell you something.
I gotta fucking tighten up, man. I mean, think about getting your ass beat every day of the summer,
man,
until you went back to school.
My mom's caught me in the jaw one time. I could have swore this motherfucker did a camp with Sonny Liston. She was nice with the balls. Bout game real. But this is what it is. See, my mother, I averaged about one ass whooping a year. But see, the ass whooping for me was good because I knew when I was about to make a mistake. Cause that ass whooping bulb would start lighting up like, man, if I had to ask myself,
that's like you said, that lack of fear factor.
Yeah.
That lack of fear factor.
Is this gonna get my ass whooped? And if I was asking that question, I was like, man, I ain't even fucking with this, man. I ain't even doing that.
That's when you transition, because that's when you realize I need to stop doing shit that's gonna make me say I'm sorry.
Right. Now, again, for all the listeners, you do have beautiful children. Like I said, the Cuddy kids, you can rap with them. But I just believe if I got to fuck you up to make sure, let me say this. And I say this real quick, and I say this humbly, man. I seen something and it makes me sad because I got a heart, and when I do my job, I work in a hospital. You get these people less fortunate, by whatever means. You got some people that's got some mental issues. That's for the Cuddy. You got some people that's got some needle issues. That's me saying this. And some glass dick issues. And the saddest thing is because they still human beings. And the saddest thing is to see somebody come in and play sick or like they got something going on so they can get a turkey sandwich in a bed for till 6 a.m.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking to see somebody who ain't all there, but they trying to hold it together just so they can sit in the room, in the waiting room till 6 a.m. and keep quiet. You know what I mean? Because they don't want to be in the cold. I begged the cat one time. He had whatever going on, and they was ready to get rid of him. And they called us, and I said, listen, sir, let me tell you something. It's cold as a motherfucker right now. I said, please don't give these people a hard time. They wanted us to put them out, but I'm trying to plead with the man. I said, please don't say another fucking word. Keep your mouth shut. I said, because they're going to kick you. I said, sir, I said, it's bitter out there. I said, I was just out there, man. I said, please don't say nothing, man. I said, you got this, that, and the other going on. I said, you legitimately need the help. And come to find out, he had some shit wrong with him, but I reached him. They was asking him questions and he wouldn't say shit. He would just nod. And it's just, if I got to whoop your ass so that you know how to feed yourself, put a roof over your head, clothe yourself, and you got the necessities in life and the comfortable life, I'm gonna beat your motherfucking ass. If the conversation don't work. And that's my diatribe. I'm sorry.
Next.
My father used to say, this is gonna hurt me more than it's gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
And he said, trust me, I'm whooping you because I love you. And he said, I brought you into this world and I'll take you out before I let another person do it.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
Listen, man, that shit literally brought tears to my eyes seeing that shit one night.
Yeah.
You see old people with piss and shit all over me. You like, man, they be like, get them out of here. I'm like,
can't do that, man. Don't want to do that.
I gotta put this person out.
Especially if they ain't doing shit and if there's a seat for them and all they doing is sitting. I had the same situation, man. I had to run, the homeless out of the sports book. They sitting there.
Yeah.
As long as you're not asleep, you could sit in the sports book 24/7. You just watching, Sports Center and all the other shit in the ticker.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as you catch a motherfucker like this,
you
got to go. Hey, man, you got to go. You can't be in here. But if you try to make some noise to wake the motherfucker up before they see you on camera, and then you go look at him and you got proof like, hey, man, when I got there, he was up. So we'll stomp. You know what I mean? Because we don't want to do the paperwork and do all that bullshit. We're just trying like, hey, man, he watching TV. It's over.
And you're not heartless.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
Like,
you're not heartless, bro.
It's 1,000 degrees outside. It's AC in here. You feel what I'm saying? And he's just trying to cool the fuck off. He watching TV, ain't fucking with nobody.
Right.
And that's the rule. As long as he's not asleep, anybody could sit in the damn sports book.
Yeah. And see, like I said in that hospital, man, it's like, hey, as long as you act cool, as long as you cool, we ain't getting you out of there. I be trying, can I get a meal? I'm like, I'll just wait right here. I got you.
Yeah.
Come back here to cuss somebody out. You like, motherfucker.
Gotta go. You gotta go.
What,
I told you. Just sit here, man. I got you. Just sit here. Chill out.
One woman started running her mouth. One said, "Hey, shut your fucking mouth." He said, "You piss on this floor, I'm kicking you out. Stay out, mind your business. You can sit in here long as you're quiet." We not heartless, man, but you see your babies, man. You know that that's somebody's baby. You know, at some point, even to this day in their existence, somebody care about them but can't deal with them. And they coming up in there and everybody know what's going on. They like, "Hey, man, you want something to eat? All right, go ahead, lay down for a minute."
Right.
You see shit crawling all over them.
Yeah.
I'll be goddamned if I don't take every goddamn step possible. I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna buy you shit. When I see that ain't working and using me, I'm gonna whip that ass. Not abuse.
I gave you a shot. I gave you my time.
Right.
Now I got to give you these paws.
Right. Right. Because I don't want you. I don't want that for nobody, man. It's some sad shit to see, man. Look, let me tell you something. In the military, man, they told us one night we couldn't use tents. We woke up, snowed the fuck over in Washington State. All three of us side by side. Like, "Hey, man, don't tell nobody about this, man." Snowed the fuck over trying to keep warm. Hey, man, I wouldn't wish that on you. Can't feel your feet and your hands. Now, you couple that with an addiction, a mental illness, and you hungry. I don't want that for these babies, man. That's who I am, man. And, hey, these motherfuckers can say what they want.
So what was the end result with the child's hair got cut? What happened?
So
I never looked further into the whole story.
The person who cut the hair was charged with battery, and then they were given an opportunity to turn themselves in, and then they never showed up.
Absconded.
So they're technically on the run, I guess.
They shouldn't be given shit.
They're not allowed to go back to that school either. So
good.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap
for the job. Yeah,
it's a wrap.
But like you stop sending your kids to this bullshit. They're just there to indoctrinate your children.
That was the blessing of COVID, distance learning.
Yeah,
that was the one blessing. If you can work from home.
Yeah, that's if you could work from home.
And supervise them with the program, because they got curriculum on. I know the guy who wrote the curriculum. That's why I'm confident in it. We grew up together. Gary Grant. Shout out to Gary Grant.
They said
shout out to Old Painless.
Yeah. They said that the popularity of homeschooling is shot through the roof now.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of like we talked about earlier in our earlier segments or whatever, when we said that people actually got a chance to get to know their kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Think about it. You ship them off for 6, 7, 8 hours. You don't see them. The only thing you do is pick them up and feed them, and then wash them and put them to bed. You really don't get that, that bonding time.
You'd have found out Darnell ain't shit.
Right. But now you get that time to put some shit into them. Be like, "Hey, man, look, I want to watch you. Let me see what you do on a day-to-day basis. Let me see how you perform, how fast you get through this."
Some faces to names. I found out some names that I wouldn't have heard about until I was coming in, from another place, clocked out, and like, who did that to you? Who said what? Yeah, we're gonna handle that in the morning.
See?
Did they see they big ass dad show up every morning and drop them off? Yeah, don't talk to my daughter unless I tell you.
Yeah.
And that sensei motherfucker.
Right.
Hey, but for real though, I mean, you go back and you look to see what the institutional grade school was. It was just put together so young children do not grow up to break machines when they go into a factory. Now those factories are gone.
Yep.
And all that's left in the curriculum is a bunch of lies, a bunch of
LGBTQ shit.
And a bunch of nationalism. It's complete nonsense. It doesn't get them prepared for
anything.
Yeah. Except going to look to work in a factory that doesn't exist.
anymore.
And here we have a generation of people that understand
or
what's going on.
a prison sweatshop.
Yeah.
Pipeline.
Yeah.
You can't get these kids to go and work anywhere, because they understand it's a huge fucking hustle. There is no end game, What happens? They go work 40, 50 years somewhere just to end up in a lazy boy watching TV with enough money to die with cable.
Like most folks get, like our generation, we all got stuck with all this student loan debt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And these kids are looking at that and like, yeah, I don't want that.
Yeah.
How much? Yeah. Meaning you're never going to pay that off? Because you're not even paying, you're barely paying the base.
Now, I'll tell you, the schools that are worth something are STEM. If your child can get in a STEM school,
those are dope.
You can put them in because it's focused, like whatever.
It's targeted. Yeah, it's targeted.
Science,
engineering and math. Yeah.
You know what? It's you all are saying some profound shit. And Mr. Coppola, when he said they're seen, right? Like, and people by nature are perceptive. We pay attention to what's going on. Young man we was just talking to the other day was like, I'm not fucking getting married. He was like, why? So I can have some woman decide she want to leave me, take half my shit, and get fucking child support, and I'm broke. He said, I'll have a kid and I can deal with a life partner, but what's the point in getting married? Luckily for him, he found someone that wanted the same thing.
Hey, man,
that's
we talked about that the week before. That's hardballing. Yeah. They negotiated. Yeah. They negotiated that deal.
What some people are doing, because marriage is just a contract anyway. Like not to shit on the institution for those who are in it and preserving it. It is in the
no shit on them because they fucked up.
Hey, I'm like the only good marriage having motherfucker in America.
And listen,
everybody but old painless.
Right. I would never tell another person what's not right for them. I'm just saying there's people who now are just skipping the nuptials to where the state is the third party in the relationship and just signing a contract with a person saying, here's what I want from you. Here's what you want from me. At any point, we're not satisfied with what the other is giving. This paper says that we can part ways, and this is what you get, what you came with, and this is what I get, what I came with. And,
let me just say, I know my woman loved me, because if she divorced me, she ain't getting nothing but one flip-flop, because
damn flip-flops.
That's it. She gonna get one of these flip-flops.
and a half of a dope-ass t-shirt collection.
She gonna hit him where hers. She gonna take that George Foreman grill.
And this mic. And this mic.
And that mic. So he can't talk shit about me.
The next time y'all see 3 PMD, I'll be sitting next to Tank.
We share it, Mike.
Hey, listen, I said it. Me and my wife was laughing because it's not gonna happen, but I already said it. I'm never doing this shit again. Never. You know what? I said this too. I said this, motherfucker probably gonna say something when I say this. One, I'm never getting married again. Two, I'll probably never date another black woman. Not because no. Listen. I'm about to tell you why. Not because of anything negative on behalf of them. It's just I don't think nobody can meet that standard. That's a good goddamn woman. You know what I'm saying? And she's an amazing person, amazing human being. And I just think that the next one to just be a knockoff, even if she is good. You know what I mean? I'd probably give me a Thai chick, but I'm never leave. Look, if she ever divorced me, either I'm doing comedy or I'm going to Cancun or Thailand, and it might be Thailand. I might go be a kickboxer at 47. I'm 41, but just saying.
He said at 47.
Yeah,
All right, brother, what we got?
So you're gonna Herschel Walker it, all right?
Oh, come on now.
Man,
next.
fuck that dude.
Next. Come on, man. You ain't have to cuss at him like that, Jay.
Are you the only dude I know who stepped in the octagon at 47?
I don't pink.
Next time you do that, man, I'm taking a point.
I don't pink the black people to retaliations.
Now, how am I lose a point? And he said he ain't gonna date black women no more if he get divorced.
Hey man, that's just what because he ain't gonna be in the States.
No.
He ain't gonna be in the States.
Yeah, it ain't nothing negative.
And he bigged up Tariq Nasheed. That's 2 points.
Yeah, you gotta big up Flex.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Hell no.
You don't fuck with Flex?
What we got up here,
man?
man?
You crazy.
We got
Crazy.
Foundational black. Get the fuck out of here.
FBA. Listen, let me say this. I'm not gonna sit up here and say I'm jumping on everything the man say, but his thought process is the same
That was
as
enough
yours.
for me.
No,
Yeah, it was until that came out of his mouth.
No, his thought
Repeatedly
process.
for
listen.
months.
His thought process is along the same line as yours. His whole thing is we got other people labeling us when we should label
His whole
ourselves.
thing is he can capitalize financially off of that.
I disagree. I disagree.
Amen.
He's just selling products like anybody else.
Exactly. You just
we drifting. We drifting. I gotta throw the flag in.
Throw that on,
fellas. There's a photo up.